Okay, so let's talk about a Minecraft movie. Now, a Minecraft movie is a movie about Minecraft and it exists and you can go see it in a theater and you can watch this movie that exists about Minecraft. Yeah, this movie was really not good. I'm just gonna get that out of the way. You really don't need to pay any sort of money for a ticket to go see this movie in a theater. You really don't need even you don't even really need to watch this movie at all, in my opinion. Um, yeah, so um, let's just get this out of the way. This movie has very little good redeeming qualities. Um, Jack Black plays the main character Steve, even though it's not really Steve, it is Jack Black calling himself Steve. And it's really just about 90 minutes of Jack Black being Jack Black. Um, I'll say, I'll say this. Jason Momoa's character was, I mean, at least somewhat entertaining. Uh, the chemistry between Jack Black and Jason Momoa was at times kind of entertaining, very sparingly, but there are certain moments. There are a few jokes in this movie that actually did get me to smile. Um, However, the rest of the movie's humor was um, very weak, in my opinion. And the rest of the cast was just straight up uninteresting. Like, I really didn't care about the rest of the cast besides Jason Momoa and Jack Black's character. So yeah, in regards to this movie's story, what little there is of it, it was also quite uninteresting. The movie is basically about how this little kid finds this orb that brings him into the overworld in Minecraft, and then they get stuck there, and so they have to, with the help of Steve, they have to find their way back. And honestly, it was just a whole like 90 minutes. It was just a whole 90 minutes of that, and all of it was just all of it leads to like nothing really. Like, um, I feel like this 90 minutes takes us nowhere. We go on this like crazy journey just to end up where we started. It was like, even though that's the point of the plot, it was like really uninteresting. It was not fun to watch. Um, Also, this movie CGI, particularly the green screen, was really bad. I'll say this: having to make 3D people in real life look like they are existing in a Minecraft world, uh, I could see how that could be a little challenging. With that being said, though, this movie's attempt at that was really bad. I mean, the green screen was just so obvious the whole time. Like, it was just super distracting. Um, yeah, there's very little actual CGI in this movie that like was not noticeable in a in a bad way, I guess. Um, yeah, what else is there to talk about this movie? There's not really much to talk about this movie because this movie is so surface level. Like, there's not much to get into. Um, it's kind of interesting how in the year 2025 we still have kids movies that end in a dance sequence. Like, I thought that trope was over with about 10 years ago, but I guess we're still doing that, which is unfortunate. Um, yeah, and like overall, like this movie was just really uninteresting. I like there's very little I can say that would make this movie look better, which is unfortunate because um like I think there's been a lot of kids movies that have been released recently that I think have been actually like really good. Like Inside Out 2, I actually thought was like an incredible movie for both like kids and adults to go see. Um, there's another movie that I have to admit I didn't watch yet, but I also have heard like incredible things was The Wild Robot, which was another kids movie from DreamWorks that was actually, from what I've heard, a really good movie. So it's a shame when we get movies like those and then we get movies like this where it's just like pure slop. um, yeah. So I guess that's my opinion on the movie. Now I want to talk about my theater experience with this movie. So if you are unaware, there is a viral trend going around online where the uh the theater that is watching this movie just quotes lines and catchphrases that Jack Black's character says throughout the movie, and there would be like various applauses and shouts and stuff. So let's say this. So the majority of the time when I go watch movies, it's usually during matinee, and it's sometimes during the weekdays. So I'm not used to like full theaters. Like usually it's just me and a few other people anytime I go watch a movie. Sorry, that was my phone vibrating. Um so this is one of those rare moments where I went to go see a movie um during a weekend in the evening time. And I think what caught me off guard was that I have never seen a movie theater this packed since Avengers Endgame. Now again, this is coming from a person who doesn't watch movies during the weekends at the evening times when it's like the peak time to go watch movies. So I was really surprised by how many people were in this theater. I mean, it was absolutely packed. And so going back to earlier what I said about this trend where this theater audience would be quoting catchphrases, that was part of my theater experience too. I mean, just quotes like chicken jockey or Minecraft or just shots of Jack Black in the diamond armor. I mean, my theater was just going crazy. Um, for better or for worse, I'll say this: it was definitely one of the most memorable, memorable. You know what I mean? It was one of the most memorable experiences in a theater I think I've ever had. Again, for better or for worse, it was like just absolutely rambunctious. I mean, not to the point where like the police were called, but yeah, I mean the theater. Oh my gosh, the theater that I was in was very very active and vocal. It was almost like the experience I had with Five Nights at Freddy's when that movie came out, which is kind of funny because they're both like video game movies with like similar crowds, like similar target audiences. But yeah, so going back to the movie itself, do I recommend you watch this movie? No. Do you need to pay for a ticket to watch this movie? No. Do you even need to watch this when it comes out on streaming? No. I I mean, this is exactly what I was expecting when I heard that the Minecraft movie was actually being made. And from all the trailers that I've seen, this is exactly the type of movie that I was expecting, which is unfortunate because I was hoping it would actually be at least okay as a kids movie. But I mean, even still, it was just 90 minutes of just whatever. I mean, like it wasn't like okay. I know I've been like trash talking this movie for the past however many minutes, but it wasn't the absolute worst thing I've ever seen in my life. But for just being a kids movie, I think kids movies deserve to be good as well. I think kids movies deserve to be just as entertaining as any other family movie, and this movie did not achieve that. So yeah, so those are my thoughts on a Minecraft movie. If you watch this movie, leave your thoughts about it below in the comment section or about my review. And yeah, I'll see you all later.